Hello everyone, this is Ange. Welcome to another episode of the Visual Novel Monthly Recap. This is a video series where I highlight news related to major visual novel releases and the community for each month. In this video, I'll highlight anything that happened in February of 2021. Let's get started. Muv-luv Unlimited, the day after episode 0 to 3, has released on Steam. These are side stories showing events of what happened after the ending of Muv-luv Unlimited. Just keep in mind each of these episodes are full-length visual novels, so buying them all in a bundle would be around $80 if you get them in the bundle before sales. Related to this release, there's a very interesting fan restoration patch made for the day after episode 0 and 1. In the original Japanese version, the suits the characters wore actually had their nipples shown, but the Steam version removed these from the English release. In addition, there are apparently a few nude CGs that were altered in the Steam release. This fan restoration patch fixes both of these changes. JAST released AU Senki Gold on their website. A Steam release is also coming soon. Despite sharing a name with the previously released AU Senki, it's actually a completely new story and characters, so you can still play Gold without reading the original. There's also another fan patch that fixes a bug with Aristotle's third event and adds the cameo of Majikoi's Say So as a character option in the game. The Community of Zero has released a patch for the Steam version of Robotics Notes Dash. Similar to the Elite patch they released, this patch features a significant number of changes and fixes to improve the English release of Robotics Notes Dash on Steam. This includes typo fixes, changes for consistency with the rest of the Science Adventure series, and even the implementation of mouse support into the game. In addition, they released a 1.0.5 patch of Robotics Notes Elite, which focused on consistency with the Dash patch and threw in a few text fixes as well. A fan translation of Wizard's Climber was released. It's a visual novel developed by Soft House Chera, a company that has developed a lot of gameplay-oriented visual novels. Wizard's Climber is now one of the few visual novels by this company that has some kind of English translation. A demo for Dramatical Murder has been released on Steam. Dramatical Murder is one of the more well-known yaoi or boys love visual novels and seems to actually have a plot. The release date for the full visual novel on Steam says February 2021, so hopefully the visual novel is released by the time this video is up. For those looking forward to Alisoft's Evenical 2, it unfortunately has been banned from Steam preemptively. Unlike previous Evenical and Rants games, Alisoft is localizing this visual novel themselves instead of Manga Gamer, and now they are looking for alternate places to release Evenical 2. A new fan translation group called Team Defan announced that they would be doing an English translation for the PSP Kokoro Connect Yochi Random visual novel. If you didn't know, Kokoro Connect had a pretty well-liked anime that aired back in 2012, and this visual novel seems to be an original story based on the anime. For those who supported the Shara no Kuni official translation Kickstarter back in 2016, Frontwing made an unfortunate announcement that the Vita port that was being developed is being cancelled. It's likely because the Vita isn't officially supported anymore. If you supported this Vita port, like what I did, Frontwing has sent out an email asking if you want to replace the Vita version with a PC version, get the Vita version refunded, or get your whole Kickstarter pledge refunded. An English fan translation for the PS2 version of Higurashi Myotsukushi was released. This is the same arc as Myotsukushi Omote, but with certain story changes from the later releases reverted. Some people prefer this version, which is why they added it as an option. This patch requires a copy of Chapter 4 Himatsubushi. You can use the Steam, GOG, and Manga Gamer's version. During February's Nintendo Direct, they announced official English releases of remastered versions of the Famicom Detective Club series. The original versions released in Japan 20 years ago, and this will be the first time this mystery series will be released in English. An English fan translation of Nagomi Bako Innocent Grey fan disc was announced. It's a fan disc mostly based on Cartagra, which is currently officially translated by Manga Gamer. Right now, it's 100% translated, and they're currently looking for an editor. The Kickstarter for King Koi Golden Love Reach has been started by Nekonyan. Unlike many official localization companies, Nekonyan does not use this Kickstarter to fund their translation, but more as a way to provide merch and physical releases for this visual novel. Nekonyan also announced that they're working on an English demo for King Koi to get more people potentially interested in this visual novel and supporting the Kickstarter. This demo will be released sometime before the Kickstarter ends, so keep on the lookout for that. For those who are interested in reading the English fan translation of Key's Air visual novel on modern computers, there's apparently an issue where the computer won't detect your saves when you load up the visual novel. There is a patch release that repairs your saves, so you should be able to read this visual novel on any Windows PC now. For all you Rants fans who have been waiting for quite a while, the English version of Rant Quest Magnum has been released on Manga Gamer's site. A fan translation for Spice and Wolf My Year with Holo was released by Anime Games Translations team. It was a visual novel originally on the DS, and actually has some business simulation gameplay and has a story similar to the original Spice of Wolf light novels. Shirobune has announced an official English and Chinese translation for the remake of Elves Dokgyuse. Dokgyuse is one of the oldest eroge originating in Japan, released all the way back in 1992. This remake will have modern visuals and likely other good stuff. For fans of Katawa Shoujo, there's a modded development called Katawa Shoujo Rekindled, which is aiming to have full English voice acting for this visual novel. Right now, they have all the main cast decided, which is based on an old YouTube fan dub, and are currently doing a casting call for side and supporting characters. For those who are waiting for the Steam release of Magikoi, that is finally released. Just keep in mind this release does not have 18 plus content or voice acting for any character besides the main 9 by default. You'd have to get a separate jazz patch for the 18 plus content and a fan patch to restore all the voice acting. I've personally written a Steam review for Magikoi since it's my personal #1 visual novel of all time and heavily recommend it to anyone who's even mildly interested in it. And that is it for February of 2021. As always, if you have any feedback, positive or negative, feel free to leave a comment below in this video or one of my social medias. See you all next month.